Hi, and welcome back to Replacements Limited. Today I want to talk about the formal Christmas table and what you need to set a formal place setting for your Christmas guests. I'm going to start with a beautiful patterned cloth. This is not a Christmas pattern, it's a beautiful Laura Ashley fabric, but it's got these gorgeous reds and greens, and I thought it was perfect to bring the table to life. And then I want to frame my place setting. I'm going to layer linens. I'm going to put this white classic placemat just right here. Frame it out, sort of really set off my sparkly place setting. So next up, I've chosen a service plate in a plaid. It's very festive. It's a nice pattern contrast with my florals. And that grounds the place setting, gives it some nice weight. And for today's Christmas pattern, I went with Grenadiers. I love this pattern by Bernardo. It's got the wonderful little toy soldiers inspired by the Nutcracker Ballet. I think it's so cute and festive, and it's still very elegant. So I think that's lovely. Now, if I'm serving soup, I'm gonna grab a bowl, just like that. But today I'm actually serving salad. And I love these little accent plates with the bright red rim. Really sets everything off, feels festive. I'll stack that right up. So, what else do we need for dinnerware? Bread and butter plate. This really finishes off the place setting, gives guests a nice place to leave bread, and that's that. Now, next up, we're gonna go with stems. I'm using Waterford Lismore for my water goblet. I'm gonna put that first, and then I'm gonna add the wine glass here. And then we're finishing with a dessert course and champagne. Now, correctly, you would place them in order that you're using them this way. Because the champagne flute is so tall, and because it also looks really lovely this way, I actually like to put it right there at the top. So you have a nice little eye catcher. It's very sparkly little group, and I think it's just perfect. I'm gonna finish out with my flatware. So I need a dinner fork. Because I'm serving salad, a salad fork. I need a knife, and on this table, to protect my linens, and also because it's so elegant, I'm using a knife rest. Now, you can place your knife flat before the meal, but since some of your guests may not be familiar with what a knife rest is, I'm gonna go ahead and place it right there where it will go under my knife, just to make it easy and welcoming for everybody. And what a great conversation point. I'm gonna finish off with my teaspoon. And today we're having plum pudding, so I'm using a dessert spoon for my dessert course. Now that goes right at the top, facing this way so that your guests can grab it. If you were serving a cake or a pastry, you would want to add a fork here facing, let me just demonstrate, facing the other way. And you can use a dessert fork there. Now, lastly, I need my little individual butter spreader. I'm going to put that right on the butter plate. And because we're feeling very fancy, I've got an individual salt cellar for each of my guests. And that'll go right here at the top. This is also a place for a place card if you're using one, or a place card holder, or a favor for your guests, whatever you'd like to do. If you're serving soup, you would add your soup spoon here and take away the salad fork if you don't need it. I really like to use only the pieces that we're planning to use. That helps my guests know which pieces they need to use next and keeps the table from being cluttered. Lastly, I've got a bright red napkin, super festive. The napkin I like to place right here under the service plate. Makes it very easy for my guests to slide it into their lap. And there you have it, the formal place setting. Any questions?
Julie, how many crystal stems do you need for a formal table?
You need one for every wine that you're serving and a water. So in this case, I'm only serving one wine with this dinner, so I just need one. If you're serving a wine with each course, you just place them in order going down. Just like that.
Julie, you placed your napkin under the service plates. I usually put my napkin under the forks. Isn't that correct?
That is a classic presentation for a place setting, putting it right there under the forks. I think that became very popular when air conditioning was not so prevalent. So when you had fans blowing in the room or open windows, the forks would hold the napkin in place. Also, the original correct place to put it was to the left of the plate, which you can do that. You can use a napkin ring and place it here, and some people even place it right on top of the china, but I don't want to hide my pretty patterns. So I like to do what is very popular right now, placing it right there underneath the service plate. As I said, very easy to slide it right into your lap. It also adds some color to the edge of the table.
Where do the cup and saucers go?
If you're serving breakfast or having a tea, you want to put your cup and saucer here, but for a formal dinner, I really recommend leaving the cup and saucer off of the table. Bring it to the table when you're serving dessert, or bring it somewhere else if you're having dessert in another room. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I certainly had a good time. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.